almost like pro. First mountain bike race, Kings Lynn, Shouldham, put on by Kings Lynn Cycle Club. Not done a mountain bike race before, so we're going to find out what that one's like. Only doing the 90-minute, not the 3-hour job that some people are doing. But it's quite a nice fast course apparently, so I'm just going to adjust the tyre pressure. Man. Yeah, it's chilly. Didn't clean my shoes properly from last week, did I? They don't half stink. What? I won't want to get near them. And then, what?
Luke's coughing already.
You are?
Yeah,
Luke's dying. I don't know. It's not that warm.
Well, you could keep your top on, couldn't you?
But then I'll be too hot.
But then you can throw it to me when you come round.
What?
You can throw it to me when you come round.
Right, first mountain bike race then. Oh, I don't know. I feel cold. So I don't know. Hopefully I'll warm up, but we'll see. Could have done with a loo, but I didn't want to queue in the toilet queue, so never mind, we'll see.
Legs.
What's the time?
I don't know.
I've got 10 minutes. I'm going to take them off with 5 to go.
Go on, Gary!
And the start of the race, the trails were quite wide, and I hadn't made a bad start after a fairly decent grid. Then we moved on to the single track, and it's at this point where I suddenly thought, I don't think I've done any practice for this, and I might be in over my head on this race because it's quite twisty. Now, it doesn't probably look too twisty to those experienced MTB riders, but for me, this is proper twisty, and you can see straight away I'm losing wheels. People are desperate to come round me because there's a lot of riders behind that Simon's now holding up. So where I can, I'm letting riders through, but as you can see, I'm weaving all over the show on these trails. I'm not even following the line nicely round. As soon as we're on the wider open sections, I'm able to use the power, get back on the wheels in front, which was probably pretty frustrating for those behind me because they're catching me in the twisty sessions. I'm then putting down the power when it opens up and they're not getting by very easily. But I did try and let people down past where I could. This section of downhill, I definitely felt out of control. It was a bit rutty. I felt I was going too quick down it. I did slow it down later in the race and felt a lot more in control, and actually I think I was faster at it. But as you can see, riders nipping around me where they can, and in the single track I was struggling a bit. But I was enjoying it, and as we went down this section here with a bit of a drop in, I started to gain a little bit of confidence and started to put together a little bit better lines, but I'm still dropping the wheel in front. However, the actual course is amazing. This section, the line splits in two, and you can take the left or the right. Now I took the left. Now obviously everyone behind me is trying to bomb it down the right to get past Simon holding them up. So there you'll see a couple of riders straight past me down this section. Nothing I can do. I just follow the line.
Sorry, mate.
Just cut in front of someone there, but did apologise, and I let him over as quickly as I could. Look, come by, because I'm holding you up. So where I could, I'd let a couple of riders through, where safe, and not to slow myself down too much.
On your right.
I did actually overtake some riders myself, because there was riders out there doing the 3-hour race.
On your left, Graham.
So, of course, a bit stronger.
Well done, mate.
Graham there from Cambridge, passing him, saying hello. Here, Dave Spalls, I seen him, comes past me like an absolute weapon. Just no holding on to him. He was strong as you like, a lot more experienced on these trails. Now, if you've got any tips for me on how to get better on trails, leave them in the comments below. That'll help me out big time. I want to improve my mountain bike skills for sure.
And Glenn. Well done, Mark. done, Luke. Done, Matt. Done, Barry.
Well done, mate.
Now, as we head onto the second lap, Sean from Norwich Race Team comes by me, and I'm thinking, hopefully, here's a good wheel I can follow, because he's much better than me around the technical stuff. But as soon as we start the lap, him and the other guy in the canyon, they're disappearing, and Simon ain't holding the wheel. They were putting in a little bit of an effort, but they were just better on the technical. Now this guy came by, and that really helped me, because he was much better on the technical than me, but I started to get into it, and having a wheel to follow was really helpful. So where possible, I tried to close him on the open sections, straighter bits, and then get on his wheel for the technical bits, so I could get guided through and start to find the line a little bit. I think some of my problem was I was going a bit quick on the techie bits to just recover a bit. But as I got into the flowing sections, it was much better. Rider I could feel behind me, I could feel he was stronger, I was holding him up, I thought, I'll just get him by, let him past. Don't want to hold anybody else up too much, I'm not in the same race as them.
Thank you.
Now, even though I'm following this guy, he's better on the technical, anyone can make a mistake and hit a tree. Luckily, he's fine, I'm good, avoided him, and we're off. Now as I came onto this long straight section, I could see ahead the pink kit of Norwich Race Team, and I thought, hold on, I've caught back up to Sean and the other rider on the canyon. Now I guess they'd been held up by a rider on some single track, or something had happened, or maybe they'd just pushed a little bit too hard for what they'd had earlier in the lap. But as we come into the steep section, I'm closing in right back on the wheel, and I'm thinking, get on those wheels, Simon, and hold them now for the rest of this lap, because we're going to come round onto the third lap, probably going to be my final lap, and it'll be much better to be having a little bit of competition against someone to get me round on that final lap. And this hill, it was a steep one.
Done, Mark. Well done, Glenn.
Go to my right.
Thank you. Well done, Luke. Well done, Matt. Well done, Dave.
Now, myself and Sean and the other riders are coming through the start-finish there to start our third lap. And it's at this point I think I've got to get a gel in. My tummy was being a little bit odd, but I thought, actually, I think I'm just hungry. And there's a bin here to get rid of your gel wrapper, so I'm just taking a little bit of time, little bit of pace off to get a gel in. I know the other riders are doing it in front. I can see Sean getting a gel in, and I'm like, right, let's see if I can hit this wrapper in there, and boom, straight in. LeBron James, here he goes, wrapper in the bin. And I think, right, let's get going. Sean's looking a bit tired. I'm getting by before we get on this next section.
This is hard.
Well done. Nicola, well done, Nicola. Well done, Ed. Well done, Barry.
We're caught behind one of the other riders, probably doing the fun ride here, but I don't want to put them off, and I just give her a call and say, look, I'm going to squeeze by on the right, you hold your line, so that we can safely pass. Now at this point, I heard a bit of a kerfuffle, and I thought, oh, Sean's been held up. And I'd put in a little cheeky push it. And that guy just on the right, he got a great photo of me on the ride. Really impressed with that. Thanks for that, mate. Appreciate it. Now, this section was a bit steep, and I've put in a bit of an effort, and I think, actually, that might have been a bit too much because my legs hurt.
Thank you.
I started to catch some riders further in front. I think these guys were doing the 3-hour race. great effort for those doing that, because, you know, hour and a half, great fun. I don't know, I think I would have liked 3 hour, but for my first race, definitely picked the right one. Anyway, we're on the trails, usual things happening, we're getting onto the techie bits, and the riders in front are disappearing. And here comes another rider past me, because I can't hold this. I don't know if the right side was better, I don't think I ever tried the right side, probably should have done, because it looks a little bit straighter than this left hand one, but hey, probably just made the wrong choice, and lack of skills, never going to help me out, is it? But hey, I still had a great time going through that section. That's at this point I think, right, I'm just going to make a big push, because I don't want to lose too much time, and Sean's behind. I don't want to get overtook, do I? Come on, it is a race after all, I've got to put in a bit of a performance.
Hold on, mate. Keep going, you're loving it.
Well done, Keen. Well done, Clive. Well done, Luke. Another lap.
Well done, mate.
Well done. You ain't got to do another lap.
No, I know, I was trying that perfect. No, I spent the last half a lap trying not to cramp. First I felt my calf, then this quad, and I'm like, I might be in trouble. And I can't drink. I can hardly get any in, because it's too bumpy. I'm rubbish at the technical bits, I lose so much time. You up? Practice. Well, yeah, that's what I need to do. What's going on here? What? These are Victoria tyres. You can't have them. Well, somebody told me Victoria what a way to go. Well, I can tell you. No, you wouldn't listen to me, right? What do I ever ride? Whatever Glenn told me. This is what Glenn told me. Well done, Mark. Well done, Glenn. Yeah, it's this way. Well done, Steve. I'm rubbish at the technical bit. Am I not?
Too bad the technical bit. That last big kick up that hill, my God. I think I was going to get up that.
That weren't too bad. I saw the technical bit was out. Yeah. So, first mountain bike race complete. And I really enjoyed that. That was good. I was rubbish at the technical bits, as you'll have seen from the video. But I can only get better from there. Power bit's fine. I do apologise for all the riders that got held up behind me, because they'd get stuck behind me on the technical bit, and then of course they couldn't quite get behind me on the straights because I could put the power down. Sorry about that, guys. I did let a few through because I felt bad for holding them up. So hopefully I appreciated that. But I had fun. Thanks to Kings Lynn MTB Club for putting it on. Results aren't announced yet, but to be fair, I'm a bit cold. And I definitely ain't got on the podium. So we're off.
If you enjoyed this video, remember, like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell.